Autoline Daily is brought to you by Borg Warner, feel good about driving. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by the 2013 Hyundai Sonata. Learn more at HyundaiSonata.com.
Welcome to Autoline Daily. We've got reports on new products, new technology, and the latest earnings. So let's get to it. Daimler reported its earnings for 2012 this morning, and the numbers are solid, but not anything like those very strong earnings that we've seen from other automakers. The company sold 2.2 million cars, trucks, vans, and buses for the year, and that was up 4%. By the way, Mercedes-Benz passenger cars accounted for 1.4 million of the total. Revenue was up 7% to about $140 billion. Net profit was up 8% to $8.5 billion. However, earnings before income taxes, or EBIT, actually fell 2% for Daimler, and over at Mercedes-Benz, EBIT fell 15%. Daimler's board is expected to extend the contract of CEO Dieter Zetsche for another 5 years, but under his watch, Daimler is falling behind BMW by almost any way you measure it. And you know, back when Dieter ran Chrysler, he got the company to start selling the Sprinter van. Now that Dieter's gone and Sergio is running the show, Chrysler is getting a new commercial van to sell. Meet the Fiat Ducato. The Ram ProMaster. The unibody vehicle is available in 2 roof heights, 3 wheelbases, and 4 body lengths. Power comes from a 3-liter 4-cylinder diesel or a 3.6-liter V6 gasoline engine. 2 transmissions are offered, a 6-speed automatic and an automated 6-speed manual, which uses an electro-hydraulic actuation to shift gears. Production of the ProMaster starts in the 3rd quarter of the year at Chrysler's plant in Saltillo, Mexico. Renault is set to pull the wraps off its all-new crossover, the Scenic XMOD, at the Geneva Motor Show in March. It gets more ground clearance, a new front-end design, and also boasts one of the largest interiors in its class, with seats that are independent, folding, and removable. It'll feature Renault's all-new traction control system called Extended Grip, which allows the driver to choose from 3 different settings from a rotary knob on the center console. The XMOD will be produced at the company's Douai plant in France. Automakers are making another run at using plastic windows. That can take as much as 50 pounds of glass out of a vehicle. It also takes it out of the upper body of a vehicle, which lowers the center of gravity, and that can improve handling. The 2014 Fiat 500L is one example of polycarbonate fixed side rear windows. Honda has also used them in the European market. And I remember driving a Chrysler minivan test vehicle 20 years ago with plastic windows, and they still have the same issues now as they did then. Plastic windows let a lot more road noise into the cabin, and while they probably have got this fixed by now, they could haze over, just like you see many headlight lenses that look like they've got cataracts. Due to U.S. federal safety regulations, however, plastic cannot be used for door windows or windshields. Speaking of materials, let's talk aluminum. Automakers are using more and more of it, but that's going to lead to higher prices. Bloomberg reports that current aluminum prices are a third below what they were 5 years ago, and that nearly a third of aluminum makers are not making any money. But automotive aluminum usage is growing 5% a year, and analysts say that's going to push prices up 30% by 2018. We've got a few more details of the Chevy Cruze diesel that's going to be sold in the American market. Of course, Chevy's already sold 500,000 of these babies in other markets, so this diesel is well developed. It's a 2-liter engine with 140 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. And for our metric friends, that's 110 kilowatts of power and 350 Newton meters. 0 to 60 takes only 8.5 seconds, which Chevy claims is faster than the VW Jetta and comparable with other diesels available in the American market. It comes with a 6-speed automatic and is rated at 42 mpgs on the highway. The price is $25,695, and that includes destination charges. Bravo to Chevrolet for quoting prices with the destination charges. Any other automaker that does not include destination is being dishonest in quoting its prices. BTW, if you want to get a lot more details about this car, tune in tonight for Autoline After Hours. Our guest is Josh Tavel from Chevrolet, who will be able to answer all your questions.
I'm Sean McElroy here in Scottsdale, Arizona with Kia's latest compact car. That report coming up next. In the compact car segment, customers say what sets a car apart is styling and technology, especially when the customer is a young male. So that's why Kia paid special attention to those two elements with its latest entry into the segment.
This is the second version of Forte that's come out in 3.5 years. We introduced the car in the summer of 2009, and here we are just a quick short 3.5 years later with an all-new version of it. It's lower, longer, and also wider than the outgoing vehicle. The wheelbase has increased about 2 inches and the overall length about 1 inch. So the wheels have been pushed out a little bit further. The vehicle has a much more stable and dynamic stance to it. And if you look at the side profile, it has a very modern, iconic look to it with the windshield and the backlight pushed all the way out. So it's a tremendous looking vehicle. We're really excited about it.
The Forte is loaded with tons of new technology, including the latest version of its UVO telematics, powered by your own smartphone. But even though the technology inside the car can be a real head turner, what's underneath the hood is just as important.
This is the 2014 Kia Forte. Comes with 2 brand new engines from the new family. On the base model of the LX, it comes standard with a 1.8 liter engine, which generates 148 horsepower. On the F-level EX trim, it comes standard with a 2 liter 173 horsepower engine. Now, these engines are actually smaller and lighter than the engines that they replaced from the last generation model and delivers comparable performance. And we've also made some things on this vehicle or on the engines to make it more fuel efficient. It has an offset crankshaft which helps to reduce the friction between the piston and the cylinder bore. And also we use a lightweight material for the intake manifold, which helps to reduce the weight of the vehicle.
The 2014 Forte, which was designed in California but is built in South Korea, should hit dealerships by March. From Scottsdale, Arizona, I'm Sean McElroy with Autoline Daily.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show. Remember, all you diesel fans out there, join me and the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo tonight on After Hours, when we'll get a lot more info on the diesel version of the Chevy Cruze.